Well, thank you for joining our webinar. I want to introduce myself. My name is Neil McMullen, and I'm with Fern Expo. And the purpose of our webinar today is to introduce a new lead tracking system that you'll be able to utilize at your upcoming event through Fern Mobile. Hopefully you're logged on and you're able to see my screen. You'll see a slide that opens up here with Fern Mobile. Fern Mobile is a product that we now offer to all our show organizers and also our exhibitors. And one of the options that you'll have to be able to utilize is our Fern Mobile Leads. Fern Mobile Leads was designed to turn your personal mobile device, whether it be a smartphone or a tablet, into a total lead capture system. So no longer would you need to rent a scanner and scan barcodes. All that now can take place through Fern Mobile, and with an app that we've designed. The app is available for any Android-based device and also for any Apple device, and that's a free download. Fern Mobile is the name of the app, and it's a free download in either the Google Play Market or the App Store, iTunes App Store. And it will, like I said, work on a smartphone or also any tablet. Once you download the app, we'll talk a little bit later about how to access the event. But you'll open up the event app, and there'll be an icon that will also show you that says leads. And it is through that icon that you'll be able to then capture the leads of those who you meet and talk with and visit with at your booth. What Leads allows you to do is it actually scans with your phone, and the camera on your phone actually scans a QR code that will be located on the badges of the attendees. You'll scan, and as soon as it recognizes the QR code, it scans and loads the information of that attendee into your device, as well as then later uploads that data onto a website which you'll have access to, that later after the show you'll be able to download and collect all those leads into an Excel spreadsheet. One of the cool things about this is that because it's on your own device, you'll be able to use this to scan badges really anywhere, either at your booth or if you are attending a meeting, an educational session or a keynote session, and you meet somebody and you'd like to exchange information, you can scan the QR code on their badge and collect the lead just as if you were at your exhibit booth. So you're not necessarily tied to your booth. One of the cool things too is through Fern Mobile, you're allowed to create customized lead qualifying questions through the app, and we'll show you how to do this. But you'll be able to customize up to 15 questions that helps you qualify the lead that you're capturing. In addition to that, you'll also be able to enter in any notes that you'd like. So after you scan a lead, if you wanted to enter some notes to help you remember the conversation, you're able to do that as well. And all the responses to the lead qualifying questions and also the personal notes that you take, that all downloads along with your the lead that's associated with through the exhibitor console, which is a website that we'll go over here in a minute. One of the other cool things about the event app is that any attendee who spends time on an exhibitor directory, which every exhibitor will have a listing, if they spend time on your listing on the exhibitor directory, that also will collect the lead of that attendee who spent time on your directory. We call that a virtual lead, and that collects the information just as if they visited your booth. So that offers you another way to capture those who showed interest in your organization. besides the physical scan that you would do at your booth. So those are the basics on the functionality. Some of the information that you'll need to know is that the way this has been set up is that each exhibitor will have 2 licenses, which means that you can put this, you can download the app and get access to the leads icon on 2 different devices being used by your organization. In addition, you're going to have access to what we call the exhibitor console. That's a website that you log into, and when you log into that website, you have the ability there to do several things that we'll show you. One of the things is that it allows you to do your customization on your lead questions. It also allows you to upload the content that appears in the exhibitor directory in the app that we talked about. And also it allows you to retrieve your leads. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to, this is what the welcome page to the exhibitor console looks like. You'll all be receiving an email that has this URL and instructions on how to log in. It's an easy login. You'll just use the same email address that you used when you registered for the conference. So I've got a sample login that I'm going to use here. There is no password by default, so don't worry about the password. And you'll go ahead and sign in. And this is now going to give you access to the exhibitor console. You can see that there are several tabs along the top. The first tab that it starts with is the profile tab. The information that you see in the profile will be your organization's information that appears in the directory in the app that all the attendees will have access to. So you can see that there's some basic information. This is just a sample company, ABC Corp. You can make sure the phone number is correct, website link, you can do that there. You can also enter in a description and a logo as well. You'll notice that along the right-hand side, you're going to see a box that's called Quick Tips. These boxes appear throughout the entire exhibitor console and are very helpful to guide you through each page. So if you ever get stuck and you have questions on what you're looking at, look at the Quick Tips, and chances are you'll be able to understand a little better what you can do in this particular screen. If you make changes, you'll want to be sure and press the Save link here, and that'll save everything for you. You can see that there's marketing materials that you can also upload as PDF links to your directory as well. If you want to add them, you just click the Add button, and it'll walk you through adding and uploading those PDF materials. Under Products, this still has to do with the exhibitor directory, and this is a further build-out of information in the directory that's available to you to upload. And so you can begin to build information about products if you have products or services. You can see here we just uploaded an image here as an example under this ABC Corp example. And then again, if you have marketing materials that are associated with this particular product or service, then you could, again, just as we did before, upload marketing materials. So these 2 tabs that we went over, Profile and Products, are great to build out your exhibitor directory. Otherwise, by default, the exhibitor directory will just contain very basic information, the name of the company, and to have more information beyond that, you'll want to be able to come in here to the exhibitor console and build out that information. The next tab over is called Leads Users. What this is where you'll assign those 2 licenses I talked about. Every exhibitor will have 2 licenses. Those licenses will be pre-assigned, but if you do want to change those, you're certainly able to through the exhibitor console. And if you go in here, you'll see all the names of the folks who are attending from the exhibiting company or from your company. And you simply just highlight the name and press the button that says Can Track Leads. And that will allow them to track leads. So you'll see in this example that so far Mary Smith has been the only one that's been authorized to track leads. That means when Mary Smith downloads the app onto her device, she'll see the leads icon on the event that gives her access. Mike here, he'll still be able to download Fern mobile app and access the event. What he won't see is the leads icon on the home menu screen to be able to capture lead contents unless a license was assigned to him. The next tab over are the qualifying questions. This is where I mentioned that you can customize 15 questions to help you qualify your leads. You'll see here it's very self-explanatory, but you have a button here that you'll press that allows you to create the question. You can edit questions, remove questions, and you can also determine the order here with these move up and move down buttons here, so that as you capture a lead and you go through the qualifying questions, if you want them to appear in a certain order, you can do that. Again, under the quick tips links here is very helpful to walk you through all the functionality here of this screen. And then finally, we have the last tab, which is where you're going to go after the event is over to download and retrieve all your leads. So in this example, you can see here all the leads that we've tracked. You'll see a couple different tabs up here. This says attendees at your booth. So these are leads that I scanned at my booth, and if I click on this, and I don't have any here, but what it would show is any attendees that access your information through the exhibitor directory. So you'll remember we called those virtual leads. So these would be my virtual leads, whereas these would be the ones that I actually scanned at the booth. And then we've got a tab here that allows you to export all your leads into a Excel spreadsheet that would allow you then later, if you want to upload those back into your particular CRM that your organization uses, you're able to do that with the Excel spreadsheet. And there's just a little link here that says export leads. If I press that, it would download it into an Excel spreadsheet. So again, just to review, this we call the exhibitor console. The exhibitor console is where you want to go to set up your lead directory, your directory information that appears within the event app. Create your lead qualifying questions. If you want to change the pre-assigned licenses, you're welcome to do that through here. And then also to retrieve your leads. You log in with a link that you'll be emailed, and you just use the email address that you used to register for the conference itself, and no password, and that will get you access into the exhibitor console. The next thing I wanted to show is actually the event app itself. So you should here shortly be seeing my phone pop up on the screen. There we go. And I apologize, I'm not sure why the phone itself is showing white. It's usually black, but at least you can see the screen. So we're going to go to what Fern Mobile looks like. You'll see Fern Mobile here on my screen. That's what the icon looks like when you download it from the Google Play or the App Store on iTunes. If I click that, you're going to see a home screen. The next thing you'll do is you'll click Events. Now, the first time you log in, it'll ask you for a meeting ID number. The meeting ID number, I'll show you here in a minute. It'll also be emailed to you in the email that has the URL link for the exhibitor console. Once you type in that meeting ID number and log in with your email address, again, the same email address you used to register for the conference, you'll never have to do that again. I've already done that for myself, so you'll see that I didn't have to do that again. It went directly into the event, and you can see it's got a description of the event. If this is your event, which it is, then you click the button at the bottom here that says select the event. It'll ask you to sync, and then it opens up into the home screen of the event. Now on the home screen, you'll see an icon that says leads. If you've been assigned a license, that icon appears. If you haven't, you'll still again be able to access the overall event app because you're going to the event, but this leads icon would not appear. But it should appear for you. You'll see it, and you'll click on it, and it gives you information, again, that's helpful to help you start scanning. You'll see a link or a button that says Scan Badge. That's the quickest way to start scanning badges. You click on that, and it's going to open up the camera. So you'll see I've got my camera. It's opened up my camera on my phone, and you can see a little box there. All you need to do is you don't have to press any buttons. You just need to make the QR code fit within that box space. And once it recognizes it as a QR code, it'll automatically scan and upload the lead content into your device. I have a sample QR code that I've got here, so I'm going to hold the phone over it, and you can see it happen very quickly. As soon as I ran the phone over the QR code, it automatically uploaded the link, or uploaded the lead content into my device. So now you can see I've captured Stuart's information here as an attendee. Along the top, you can see some options. You can see first at the top notes, then qualify, then done, and then more. If I click the qualify, those are the pre-qualification questions, the up to 15 questions that I mentioned that you could do. So if I click on those and you have those programmed into your phone, I don't in this particular example, but if you did, they would show up here and they would walk through those questions. If you wanted to add notes, you can click the notes and a screen pops up and allows you to enter notes and save them as well associated with this particular lead that you've captured. Once you're done, you can click Done, and you've captured that lead. If you would like to see the leads that you've captured, you can click along the top on My Leads, and it will show you, and you can click in there and again, go back in and add more notes if you'd like, if you remember something later, or go through your qualifying questions as well. You'll also see that along the top here, you'll have the virtual button. Those are the leads that you've captured virtually. So here's some virtual leads that we've captured here. Those are folks who've spent time on the directory listing, and then we then captured that information. Again, as long as at some point you are connected either through a cellular network or through Wi-Fi, these leads automatically sync up to the exhibitor console, and then after the event, when you go to the exhibitor console, they'll all be there, everything that was captured on your device, and you'll be able to download that into an Excel spreadsheet. If somebody, for example, does not have a badge to scan, you can press the search button and actually type in a name. And as you type in the name of the attendee, it'll populate, and you click on that name, and it will drop in the lead information as well. So that's if, for example, if for some reason the QR code isn't working or they don't have their badge with them, you can certainly enter in that way. And then at the bottom of the screen, you can add lead. If they don't have any of that and they're not showing up for some reason, as a fail-safe, you can always click the add lead, and it requires a bit more time because you've got to enter their information, their name and contact information. But you can always, as a fail-safe, enter in a lead that way as well. I would encourage you to also spend time on the app looking at some of the other features that are for all the attendees. The app goes through and allows you to see all the agenda content, all the educational sessions, all the keynote sessions. You can also see what your listing looks like in the exhibitor directory. You'll see top center the icon that says exhibitors. This here is the directory for all the exhibitors, and if you click on one, you'll see that it has some basic information, and much more information can be added, like logos and product information through the exhibitor console, which we've talked about. Once that's been added and built out in the exhibitor console, and you go to the app, you'll see all that appear in the app. Okay, with that, I'd be open for any questions if anyone has any regarding the app or any of the processes that we've talked about.
Neil, I think we're okay.
Okay. Just the one thing that I do want to remind everyone here, if you didn't catch it on the slides, I do have the event ID here. Again, that's the ID that you'll enter in the first time you're logging into the app. So you can see that here below. You'll also get that sent to you in your email as well, but just in case you want to write it down here, you'll have it 335-00042. And you do that once and you won't have to worry about that again. But anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good show, and I'm excited for you all to be using Fern Leads. Thank you.